Hello, Kukomi here, and welcome back to another episode of Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. Last time, we completed the Earth Temple and restored some power to the Master Sword. Today, well, you know what time it is. It's side questathon time, but actually, this is probably going to be the only episode. There is quite a bit to do, but, first we'll read this letter. Good evening! Letters for Link, we have one letter. Here is your letter. This parcel has been sent in cash on delivery. Postage is due 10 rupees. Will you pay? Yo, how you been, man? I gotta tell you, it really helped me up back there at the mail center. I appreciate it. I've been trying real hard ever since then, but my postman skills are still weak. I just can't seem to hit 22 letters. I doubt I'll ever be as good as you, man. So anyway, I've been hearing all kinds of crazy tales about you, and I figured I just had to write you a letter. It sounds like you're doing some pretty amazing stuff, man. You're great. You're awesome. You're the man, man. You can probably tell that I had no idea what to write, but hey, I figured the least I could do would be to send you a letter of encouragement. So yeah, man, yeah. Go, man, go, go, go. Never give up. Never lose hope. And while I don't make much, I'm sending you the wages I've earned lately. Just do my part. Hope it helps. I'm really sorry I had to send this COD, but I guess that's the price of fame. Take care. Thanks again, boss. From Baito. That is such a heartwarming letter. I didn't even know you got a letter from Baito later in the game. I actually saw that letter when I was off screen, and I reset to make sure we could actually read it on screen together. But yeah, that's very heartwarming. I really like that. You're cool, Baito. On the topic of off-screen stuff, I went and got the 2 treasure charts we got from the Earth Temple. I went ahead and got them. So I believe one had a piece of heart, one had like 100 rupees. And, well, today, we're gonna walk a pig. Yeah, he's like afraid of us, but it's okay. Now that we have the power bracelets, we can actually lift him. So we'll take Link the pig out for a walk. Yeah, I love how Link just sort of hops over the fence. And on this topic, completely unrelated to the game, but there was a girl I knew in like elementary school, middle school, who loved pigs. They were her favorite animal, and the reason she gave was because in her religion it was forbidden to eat pigs, which I believe she was Jewish, and I believe in Judaism you don't eat pigs because they're considered dirty, filthy animals, so I always found that kind of ironic. But then again, I am not knowledgeable when it comes to Judaism. If someone in the comments is Jewish or just happens to know more than me and would like to correct me, go right ahead. But yes, we are taking this giant pig for a walk. Link does not look satisfied at all doing this. Fun fact about this pig, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in an earlier episode, excuse me, that this pig, if you attack it and gets angry and attacks you, it will do more damage to you than the final boss of this game. Just a little food for thought. Well, what could slay the greatest of evil than a pig named Link? Alright, well first we'll get rid of you. And what you want to do is you want to set the pig around here in this spot. And, well, throw some bait. Excuse me, I threw some bait here. You would be so kind as to eat it. Thank you. I was worried the bait would disappear. And yes, I will go ahead and get that prize orb, whatever they're called. And yes, for that we get a piece of heart. Just sort of out there. So yeah. But that's not all we can do on Outset. We could have actually done this before the Earth Temple. I didn't think we could. I didn't think we had enough. But remember when I told you that if we had a certain amount of Night Crest? I didn't know the Choo-Choos could go on water. Huh. Interesting. But if we had a certain amount of Night Crest, we should visit Orca. Well, I'm pretty sure we have enough. I hope we have enough. Let's see what Orca has to say. Link. There we go. Well, Why, that is a knight's crest! How many of those do you have? Then I suppose the time has come for me to speak to you about the crests. The knight's crest. It is the symbol of a courageous knight. But not just anyone can gather them, no. It takes a soul who possesses not only power, but wisdom and courage as well. Any courageous soul who gathers 10 of these crests can learn a powerful new sword technique. Both my brother and I dreamt of learning this technique in our youth. We worked so hard to collect the crests. But it took many long years and adventures beyond count before we even approached finding 10 of them, and we both grew old. It appears you have enough might to learn that technique now. Perhaps, just perhaps, you can master it. Very good, Lynx. Very good, Lynx. Very good, Link. Heed my words. Hold B to build up power, then release it. This is the Hurricane Spin. You learn the Hurricane Spin. Basically, we just have to charge a spin attack, and it does consume magic power. Amazing, Link, you did it! You have mastered the Hurricane Spin. At last, you have made our long-held dream come true. Oh, the joyful tears, they won't stop. I thought my tears had dried up long ago. There is nothing left for me to teach you. I am certain now that you will save your sister Ariel and bring her home to Outset. So yes, the ultimate sword technique, that would have been really helpful against the Earth Temple boss. Actually, I want this on my art. But yeah, I chose not to have it for that point. One, because I thought I didn't have it, but even then, well, we'll have a chance to show off just how good the Hurricane Spin can be against a horde of enemies later in the game. Let's just put it like that. Well, next thing we're going to do, let's pay a visit to an old friend. Actually, I realize I'm going to want bait out. You can guess what we're going to do. We've been able to do this since finishing the Tower of the Gods, or heck, I think as soon as we got the bow we've been able to do this. But I've chose to held off on this until now. But should you go to the Fishman and give him bait in a quadrant that you've already marked, well, let's see what happens. Oi, small fry. Yeah, I've heard it. I take it you want a chart and information about this island. And start by opening up your sea chart. I already have information. Did it just treat it as if I didn't have it? Wait a minute. No. I heard that the big head boulder on the top of the hill, because this one guy told me that, well, it was actually beneath the rock, was some weird shard of something called a Triforce. Who ever heard of that? Yeah. There's a big difference between Triumph Force and Triforce. I mean, I think someone intentionally buried something misleading there. And that's all the info I got to offer. Oh. So, that is... I did not know that. Apparently, if you... even if it's a square that's auto-filled in, like like Windfall, or Forsaken Fortress, or Outset, you actually you don't have the information from it. That is, I did not know that. Huh, well, I learned something new today, but this makes it kinda awkward now, because now I need more bait, because that was my last thing of bait, and I was gonna time it perfectly, and it was gonna be like, yeah, we don't really need bait anymore. We really don't need bait anymore. That's the last thing we really need bait for, so... congratulations, Beetle, you're getting more screen time? Bye! I'll have to show getting a silver membership at some point. There's also a gold membership, which comes after like 60 stuff. It's absolutely insane. I probably won't end up showing it. Something like that. I remember it being really high. Maybe I'm misremembering. Where's the Fishman? Fishman. Come back. Oh, there he is. You need to get the baits back out. As I was saying, should you feed the Fishman after getting his information on an island, he will have something a little different for us. Oi, small fry. Ah, give me a break. What's with the using the same bait all the time? Don't they make a premium brand of this stuff? Oh well, such is the life of a fish. So, island again. I heard that beneath the... Wait. Hey, what's that? Why, small fry, that's a fine looking bow you got there. Where'd you get that? If you're not in any kind of hurry, why don't you stop and play a bit with me? Sure. Ho ho, of course you will, Fry. And to be honest, you'll be helping me out. See, I've been having some ferocious body aches that only acupuncture can cure. Check it out, I'll give you 10 arrows for that bow of yours, and I want you to aim those suckers at me when I leap out of the sea. Yeah, see if you can't peg me with them. For each arrow you nail me, I'll give you 10 rupees, and if you hit me all 10 times, I'll give you 200. What, you worried about me, little old Fry? Or little old me, Fry? Ah, don't be, I'm a man-fish. I thought you were a fish man. I've spent my life being toughened up by the seas rougher than any you've ever seen. Those arrows of yours ain't got nothing on me. Get ready to start. Yeah, so we get basically a mini-game. Where we simply need to shoot the fish man. It's basically target practice. There is no reward for this outside of rupees, no piece of heart or treasure chart hidden behind this, at least I'm pretty sure. I couldn't, when looking up treasure charts and piece of heart locations, I could not find a thing for getting the fishman. I like how the seagulls in the distance are like frozen in time. Like, look at that. That's kind of eerie, but the wind's still blowing. Alright. You don't really have to worry about like aiming too far ahead of them because you're not that far away, so you don't need to account that much for the arrow's travel time. Say unlike Breath of the Wild, where you actually need to not aim exactly at your target, but a little off. And of course, my oh so precious motion controls make this so much easier on me. Ah, dang, I missed that last one, but I think I hit him like 5-6 times, which will be enough to make up for the bait. What's the deal? You can only hit me 7 times. Oh well, what's a man-fish to do? Well, yours are 70 rupees. Go on, take them. If you want to do it again, just scatter some more bait from me, okay? And with that, I'm off. And it doesn't waste any arrows, it just costs 1 serving of bait, so I guess it technically costs 10 rupees to play. But yes, that's just a little nice thing if you ever want to talk to the fishman again. Now, the next thing we're doing. Oh boy. I've been sort of dreading this one. Why? Well, it's basically just going to take us all across the sea. We have come across the Koroks a few times throughout our adventure. And with them, their trees they've always had withered trees with them. You can guess where this is going. Basically, what we need to do is we're going to need to take forest water to them. You can do this pretty much as soon as the end of Forest Haven, I believe. But, you can do it from the end of Forest Haven. However, it's a lot easier with the Ballad of Gales. In fact, I think if you're playing the GameCube version, you pretty much need to use it because the hold on, can we make this? Nope. Okay. Well, I will meet you guys in Forest Haven. Nice. Good job, me. I looked down at my recording stuff for a second, and that's what happens. Good job, me. Good job. Alright, and we have arrived in Forest Haven, and we're going to want an empty bottle, so goodbye, extra health. It's been nice knowing you. With that, we're going to catch some forest water. It will last for 30 minutes. If you're playing the GameCube version, I believe it only lasts for 20 minutes, and it doesn't actually show a timer for you. So you essentially just have to go as fast as you can. With this, we might actually be able to do this in one go, but we may need to come back here. So basically, there are like 8 points throughout the Great Sea, I think, that there are just Koroks. We actually ran into one pretty early on, just east of here at, if I remember the name of the island correctly, Cliff Plateau Isle. We were actually facing that direction, so let's head there. Yeah, and the basically what we need to do is we need to go to each of these and water them. Nothing too extraordinary or difficult. Probably would be better if we actually wait until after the next dungeon to make this a little bit easier, but that little bit easier is so minor it's not even worth it. But yeah, we went here, I think, pretty soon after completing the Forbidden Woods. So this is sort of acting like a trip down memory road, I guess. Memory lane? Yeah, memory lane. You know, we are starting to approach the end of the series, believe it or not. Because we have this next dungeon, and then we have the finish up side quest, which there isn't that much left to do. Unless you really want to count the Nintendo Gallery. Actually, I forgot about this. I meant to bring this up. But I decided I'm going to try and complete the Nintendo Gallery. However, I've been doing it off-screen. So if my picture count seems inconsistent, if my rupees or hearts seem inconsistent between episodes, it usually means it's because I've been going around and doing stuff for the Nintendo Gallery. So, just thought I'd let you know. And okay, so I'm probably not going to complete it by the end of the series, but just doing stuff between episodes, I will show you what I have by the end of the, series. I will show you guys what I have completed of the Nintendo Gallery, show you some of my favorite, things that I've sort of come across, favorite figurine descriptions. And, well, yeah. Okay. So with that, I will meet you guys when we get out there, though that's really not that far away. I mean, it's literally right over there. Heck, I think last time we had to actually, like, take a flaming stick and throw it over there, but we have the fire arrows this time. Heck, you could probably time a bomb throw as well, but we have fire arrows, so we could literally just burn it. But thankfully, wooden gates don't respawn. So let's talk to you. I will do what I can to make sure this forest tree doesn't wither any further. Please, swordsman, go to the forest haven and bring back some forest water. Can you please help me? Yes, I did end up talking to him early. I think I talked to him on screen in that episode way back when. Granted, if you're watching all this in a row, it's probably... You poured forest water, but it's still not recovered all of its vigor. What, do I need to pour it again? As far as I know, I just need to pour it once. Alright, thank you. You must find 7 more. And he tells us how much time we have left, but it doesn't matter. So the next place we're going, I believe, is Shark Island, which is by Outset. So I will meet you guys there. And with that, we have arrived at Shark Island. Thankfully, most of these Koroks aren't actually, like, really far out of the way. You have to go through, like, a cavern to get to them. Most of them are in a very easy-to-find spot. Let's see, what do you have to say? Hello, swordsman. I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? Huh? You say the forest trees my fellow Koroks have planted are withering. So it's true. As you can see, the forest tree I have planted is doing the same. I can't help but think this, too, is the result of Ganondorf's evil plot. See, they refer to him as Ganondorf as well. This game is not consistent with the Ganondorf thing. Regardless, in order to bring the life back into these 4 withered saplings, I will need forest water. Swordsman, could you? And yes, we happen to have forest water with us. So we pour it on it. And... ta-da! The tree has come back to life. Now, I'm not actually sure about this, but something I want to check. See if this does anything. Because we should be able to, well, hit this switch. No? Oh, I think I know what item we need for this and we don't have it yet. Okay, never mind. I thought I could do something with this, but no. Okay, so with that, our next location is going to be at... I believe it's at Needle Rock Island, which is to the northwest of here. So if you go 2 squares north of go 2 squares north of Outset and then 1 square to the west, and you'll be at Needle Rock Island. That is where we're heading next, and I will meet you guys there. And we have arrived at Needle Rock Island just in time for dawn of a new day. I do have to say, I always love the colors of the sky and when it's becoming, or when during dawn. It always just looks so pretty to me. And I do like twilight as well, but I always just prefer dawn. Maybe it's because it's becoming daytime. Though, I like both. I wouldn't say I favor one too much over the other. But yes, with that, we're not even going to bother talking to this guy. I still have an obscene hatred against your kind after the most recent Zelda game at the time of recording this. So, our next destination, I believe, is the private Oasis, or actually renamed Link's Oasis. So, I will meet you guys there, which won't take that long, because it's just to the northeast of here. Link away! Alright, and we have arrived at Link's Oasis, but we're not here to relax. We are here to water a tree and leave. It's like we're actually taking care of the property on this island. Actually, recently I've had to help water the plants around my house because my family doesn't want to pay for a gardener, so I get to do it. Well, I don't do all of it, I get help, thankfully. But I just have to say, after doing that, I have come to absolutely hate gardening. I know there are people who love it, and I don't understand why. Especially since it's the summertime when I'm recording this and when I had to start watering the plants. And thankfully, because it's basically thunderstorm season where I live, it'll rain a lot, so I don't always have to water them. But when I do, it just requires being outside when it's really hot and muggy, even if I do it later in the day. It's really annoying. I thought the Korok was up here. Why did I think the Korok was up here? The Korok is over here. Whoops. I thought the Korok was up there for some reason. But yeah, just over the past few months, I have grown a particular dislike for gardening. But that's just my story. I wish we could actually sit on those those seats, chairs. Or maybe we could use this canoe. Though I guess this wasn't designed for the Great Sea, and plus we have a sentient talking boat. Does this island have a sentient talking boat? I think not. Anyways, I believe our next stop is Great Fish Isle. Actually, well, Great Fish Isle is where one of them is located, but it would be better if we went to, I guess we don't really need to work because it's just north of Tower of the Gods, I'm pretty sure. But we will go there anyways. Yeah, because there is Great Fish Isle, but the last two that we need to get are also near there. So it would be better to just go get the one over here at Eastern Fairy Island, which is just north of Tower of the Gods, or southeast of... that's not north. Hold on. There we go, that's north. North of Tower of the Gods, or southeast of Windfall, or southwest of Dragon Roost. So you have 3 warp points that literally form a triangle around it. Take your pick. I believe that's it in the distance right there, actually. Yeah. So, well, we will be there in a second, so I say we would cut, but there's really no point to that. This is a lot easier in the HD version, which it makes me glad I chose the HD version, because I actually debated on whether to choose the HD version or the original version. I ended up going with the HD version for various reasons, the quality of life improvements. But on the original version, there are actually a lot of the soundtracks, or a lot of the songs you hear for some of the dungeons and some of the bosses, to me they sound better in the GameCube version. That's just something I've noticed in general when I just go and listen to this game's soundtrack, is that in general I just like how the GameCube one sounds more. And I don't know if that's just nostalgia blindness, or I feel like it is different enough, and I've seen other people echo my sentiment on the internet that the GameCube in general just has the better sounding music. There's also the Tingle Tuner, which would have been neat to show off, but I don't even have a way of recording the Game Boy Advance screen, so I'd probably just more make a brief mention of it. Miiverse was on its last leg, and I could at least show off Miiverse. And, well, this game just looks nicer on here. This is meant to be the definitive edition, even though the GameCube one still has its advantages. And there are just so many nice quality of life improvements, such as the sail in Wind Waker not having to be set to items. The songs only playing once per loading your save file, so you don't have to sit through the Wind's Requiem every single time you play this game, or every single time you use it. The Swift Sail, which makes traveling across the Great Sea so much more bearable. And just the general, well, the Wii was also just more powerful than the GameCube. And Wind Waker really does look nice with the HD graphics. Like, we got Twilight Princess not too long after this as an HD remake, and a lot of people, the Skyward Sword HD remake rumor is still going around rampant, but it hasn't happened, and I don't know if it'll ever happen. Maybe the future will prove me wrong. But hooray, I'm dating this video. But the HD treatment just looks so good on Wind Waker. Like, it did this game's graphics justice, where, like, if you look at Twilight Princess, it looks a bit nicer, but that's just a bit nicer. And that's just how I feel. And, well, we'll have like half a minute before we reach our next destination. So, fast forward. Okay, we're here, and I actually want to bring up something a viewer told me about the the Goron merchants. First of all, I want to go ahead. I believe I already got this guy, but just in case. Oh, no, I didn't. I'm glad I tried. I don't remember a blue choo-choo being here before. But if you go up to these Goron merchants and take your DQ leaf, you can see what they look like without their hat. Huh, pretty neat. I never actually knew that. Yes, I have given you a bunch of stuff, so I don't really need to. Heck, you're the one who gave me the Shop Guru statue. Our next destination is north of here, at, Star Island. That is not Star Island, that is Forsaken Fortress. In fact, Star Island is at the top of the quadrant, so it'll take you a minute to get there. So, I will see you guys when we get there. Okay, we are here. This should be the last tree. You'll know when it's the last tree. It's pretty tough to miss. Or rather, like, what happens when you get all trees. I believe we can actually lift these rocks now. Yep, we can just lift them like there's no problem. And yes, I think this is the island I had the story about with the mini blins that just sort of took their own lives when daytime came. But if I am correct, and this is the last tree, the tree finally grows, and we are rewarded with a piece of heart. It does not matter what order you do these in. All you need to do is, well, get the... I'm going to make it daytime because I want to admire the tree for a second. And I don't want the mini blins messing with my health. But yeah, you can see the tree, its face. It looks very content, I have to say. And let's see what you have to say about this. Swordsman, come see how healthy my forest tree has become. Wow, I'm so happy. Thank you so much. No problem. No problem. The tree has recovered all of its vigor. And I believe all the trees will be like this across the Great Sea now. Not 100% sure, but hey. And we managed to do that in like, what, 14 minutes in-game time? So, I guess if you... Though this is also considering the fact that we had the Swift Sail, so I'm not sure exactly how long it would have taken to get into all these islands in the GameCube version. But with that, we have one more stop for this episode, and that is at Windfall Island. There are two things we can do there now. Two things we've been able to do for a bit, but I just didn't do it. That just seems to be the running theme of, well, of what we've been able to do this time between dungeons. But if you remember, actually, we already did do the first part of this, where Maggie, the poor girl who became rich, asked us to deliver a letter to the Forsaken Fortress. And, well, let's see what happens. If we didn't get any letter back, but hopefully she should have received the letter. Honestly, you just don't understand, do you? Open up your ears. Silence! I'm telling you, we don't allow postmen here. Begone! Begone! Don't be ridiculous. I went through great trials and tribulations to go all the way to the Forsaken Fortress and return with Mo's letter. Silence! Begone! Begone! Then please, be reasonable. Can you at least sign for the letter? Silence! Begone! Begone! Just acknowledge I was here. Silence! Begone! Begone! Ah, this foolish man, now you've made me angry. I can't even look you in the face any longer, or I fear I might. I must go somewhere to cool my feathers. Well, what a wretched, unruly postman. I don't know anything about any Mr. Mo in any Forsaken Fortress, and yet he always comes here bringing his letters. Does this Mo think I'll let him lay a hand on my one and only daughter, Maggie? I don't care whose letter they are. They'll never reach her on my watch. And, well, what's the best place to cool off than a cafe? And we can see the postman's here. Oh, it's you. I'm so sorry you had to witness me fly off the handle like that over at Maggie's house. I'm most embarrassed. That man just... Never mind. To tell you the truth, though, I came to deliver a letter addressed to Maggie from a moblin named Mo, but as you saw, the girl's stubborn father won't permit me to give it to her. What a stubborn, meddling old man, refusing to accept letters from the postman? Who's heard of such nonsense? When I went to the great trouble to go all the way to the Forsaken Fortress, and it was a most frightening ordeal, let me tell you. If I don't deliver this letter, then am I a failure of the delivery trade? But I have other deliveries waiting to be made. I cannot mope here forever. Actually, though, I have an idea. That old fool may not permit postmen on his premises, but surely he would allow you in the place, would he not? Could you deliver this letter to Maggie in my stead? What do you say? Honestly, you, young man, are a lifesaver. It truly never hurts to ask. I shall leave this letter in your care. And with that, we get the Moblin's letter. So, well, we get to take this to Maggie. And I like how the little stamp on the back, we only got to see it for a very brief second, but the stamp on the back of the letter actually has the Moblin's nose as a stamp. So with that, let's head back to Maggie's place. And we have arrived. What happens if we show the guy this letter? I'm a little curious. Are you actually bragging about whatever that is? Well, I suppose being poor does impair one's judgment. Well, I suppose it's better that he doesn't know. Could it be the letter from Mo that I saw in my dreams? Let me read it this instant. This is Mo. I like you, Maggie, so much that I want to eat you for dinner. Did you hear that? Those words? This means, it must mean. Can it be? Is this a marriage proposal? It must be. At last my feelings have been conveyed to Mo. At last he understands how I feel. This is the happiest day of my life. I'm not going to say that. From here on out, Today will be the anniversary of true love for me and Mo. Oh, it completely slipped my mind. I must thank you for your role in this. To commemorate the anniversary of my true love, I give you this. And we get another piece of a heart. Or of heart, not of a heart. True Deluhu, treasure it always. Yes, I will treasure it with the God knows how many other pieces of heart I have at this moment. Probably have somewhere around 40 or something like that. So yes, we get a piece of heart for delivering the letter, and we probably helped with the family issues. But hey, it probably would have been bad even if we didn't intervene. So with that, we have one more thing. One thing that we were able to do that I actually didn't even know about. But when we head up to the lighthouse, well, we managed to light up the lighthouse, and this guy might have, or he does have something to say to us. What do you have to say? Do you see that, little man? The light in the lighthouse has been reignited. Check out the beam of light that sweeps out now, shining through the night's darkness. Seeing that brave beam fighting the gloom has made me so happy. I just feel like giving somebody a present. So here, I'm giving this to you, little man. And with that, we get a piece of heart. Yes. Easily missable, but it's there. Now Windfall's going to be even more lively than before. Hooray! Hurrah for everything! Hooray for everything, not hurrah. And, well, with that, that pretty much concludes what we're doing today. So, next time on Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, we did try to enter Gale Island before. And, well, we shall heed the fishman's advice and head towards another island that contains an item that'll let us enter. Next time on Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, we're gonna try and enter the I meant to say Wind Temple and I said Worth. Wind and Earth. Wind Temple. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time. So, funny story about that. When I was going around doing stuff for the Nintendo Gallery off-screen, I accidentally came in here, and it was a while since I saved. So I thought, okay, well, I have a backup recording, so you're supposed to view a cutscene in here between the postman and this guy telling him to get out. And the postman's like, wow, I'm angry, I'm gonna go somewhere to cool off. And you're like, and he's like, I hate postmen. Rah, 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 rah. So, yeah, I had a backup file where I didn't view this cutscene, so I'm like, okay, well, I can just view the cutscene on there and then sort of edit it in. Right before this recording started, I copied over that file with my most recent, with this file where I've already viewed the cutscene. Meaning that essentially I accidentally copied over what I'm not able to view this cutscene. However, I do have another spare file that's actually backed up to an earlier point in the game, so I can just play through that. It'll take a little bit, but that's the thing. I don't know if I'll be able to edit that in, so you probably won't even see this part if I've actually edited it in. So, yeah, let's go check on the postman.